What's up, gamers? My name is the Dino Gamer 556 and welcome back to another video. This time, not a rap battle. Woohoo! Anyway, something I noticed in a lot of TV shows is a lot of possessions, and that is going to be the topic of today's video. Possessions in TV shows, because honestly, possessions are pretty cool. And we have 3 examples of possession. We have the Owl House, we have Gravity Falls, and then Pokemon. You see, usually when people tend to talk about Gravity Falls and Owl House, they tend to add Amphibio in the mix. And as much as I like Amphibia, I feel like talking about those 3 cartoons over and over and over again would be a bit overplayed. So, that's not what we're doing today. We're going to be talking about 3 different possessions, how they work, and in my opinion, which one did it the best. Let's start off with the Owl House. So the Owl House's possession is interesting because, the dynamic between Hunter and Bellows is a lot stronger than the dynamic between that of Bill Cipher or Dipper. And that's the, crazy part about it. The fact that Bellows and Hunter, they knew each other. To Hunter, Bellows was almost like a father figure. He was apparently his uncle, with key quotes, or whatever you call him, because technically he's not. Also, I just love this possession with how hard the animation goes at one point. It did not need to go as hard as it did, but oh my goodness. There goes the budget for Season 3 right there, because it is phenomenal. Just so satisfying to watch. Anyway, let's look at the actual design of him being possessed. Bellows Hunter is essentially a hunter, but he has some pretty green-looking stuff, and the dark, mysterious blue eyes that Bellows has. And although it's a bit simple, I really like his design for it. I like the way his arms kind of extend like actual Bellows does. It just shows that Bellows is actually in control as Hunter's body continues to look more and more like Bellows. And also, this has a big impact on the rest of the series because, he kills Flapjack. Now, while Flapjack wasn't exactly the most memorable character, nor one of the human protagonists, he was still a pretty big key part of the show and certainly hurt Hunter and left him kind of traumatized after it. But speaking of Hunter, another great part of this possession is Hunter's speech at the end, where he talks directly to Bellows, basically defying him and telling him what Hunter really wants, and he's tired of Bellows manipulating him. That's why this possession works really well. Not only is it seen probably one of the most memorable scenes of Season 3 and solidified thanks to them as my favorite episode in all of Season 3 and possibly all of the Owl House in general. It's so well done and I love this possession. I've rewatched thanks to them 3 times already, even though it's over 40 minutes long. I don't care. I love that episode, and this possession is why. The build up to it, everything is just absolutely perfect, and I love it. Now you're probably wondering, how did Hunter get possessed? Well, Bellows kind of is goopy. He becomes all goopy, and his goop got on Hunter, and because of that, he was able to possess him. But let's go to our next series. Gravity Falls is basically peak, and most people already know that. And its villain, Bill Cipher, is also peak. Now, I will say that revisiting this sock opera, although it's a good episode, I felt this possession was a bit underwhelming. Compared to Bellows' design, it's just Dipper, but with, yellow eyes. Now, I know that's what you look like if you are possessed by Bill Cipher, and I guess it makes sense. It's just also, there's not really much of an impact on the series. You can tell how this possession directly affects Hunter and how it changes him as a character. The only thing that really happens is the laptop gets destroyed, and the laptop at this point is just a moot point. So, I feel like we had that whole payoff just for, build up for no payoff. And although I love Bill Cipher, he's goated villain, he didn't really do much, and I wish he did. Now, we do get the incredible line,
"But how can you stop me if you don't exist?"
Which not only is creepy, but I also love. How can you stop me if you don't exist? Very fun. It's Bill, but he keeps his same charm, kind of like Darcy, who we may talk about in a completely separate video, because, wow, that is very good. So, the one you guys watching this probably won't know, based off the fact that Owl House and Gravity Falls are just more mainstream. Did you know someone got possessed for an entire arc in Pokemon? Yeah, they did. So, enter Lusamine from Pokemon Sun and Moon Ultra Adventures. Yeah, I think that's the name. Yeah, Ultra Adventures. So, just like in the regular game Sun and Moon, Lusamine, who is Lily and Gladion's mother, ends up getting kidnapped and technically possessed by an Ultraleast Nihilego, and she turns into Jellyfish Lady. That design is definitely the biggest change in my opinion. I mean, we have Lusamine, but she kind of gets like a darker, more purple color scheme around, and you know, the giant jellyfish thing that's trying to merge with her. Very, very interesting. And the other thing about this is how long this possession actually lasts. This possession lasts around 2 actual episodes in the show. Meanwhile, the possession for Belos only lasts around 3 minutes. Wow, I can't really blame that because, you know, Dana Terrence wasn't given much to work with because Disney shut down Random Owl House. And although Bill gets his entire episode, Nihilego Lusamine is very persistent. And I mean very persistent. I mean, like I said, it took 2 episodes in this arc to actually beat her, and to actually defeat the Ultra Beast took a totally custom legendary Z-move 1 billion volt Thunderbolt. It took that to take her down. She was constantly running away, and although in my opinion this was the least malicious, I mean, the Ultra Beast did make Lusamine say she hated her kids right in front of them, which is pretty traumatic. And I would say there was a little effect on the series for this, and definitely affecting the characters. This does have a bigger lasting impact in the whole Ultra Beast thing anyway. And also the fact that Lusamine kind of had it coming because she kept, you know, studying Ultra Beast. She flew close to the sun. She got. Now, Lusamine's a lot more different in the actual games, as she is malicious and evil in every way and is definitely the main antagonist of Sun and Moon. We all defend my boy Guzma. Anyway, that possession was done decently well. Although it's not exactly malicious, Lusamine, well, technically Jellyfish Lusamine tries to kill, you know, a bunch of children. In fact, all of these guys try to kill children. Actually, Bill doesn't try to kill children. He kind of just wants to destroy a journal so he can make Weirdmageddon happen. Oh, their efforts. Dipper and Mabel, their efforts to stop him. And then, you know, Belos tried to kill children too, because that's his moral ground. Anyway, although I definitely like the more malicious intent of Belos, Lusamine, being controlled by the jellyfish, doesn't really have much dialogue other than yelling at them to go away.
No, stay away!
But she was also the most persistent and strongest possession, in my opinion. They also, the Ultra Beast, controlled Lusamine's Pokemon and made them fight against them as well. And whenever they got knocked out, they just get revived again, creating an almost endless battle. If it wasn't for, you know, plot armor, I don't think it would have ever happened. And on top of that, when Lily almost saves Lusamine, it really expands into some giant balloon thing. And like I said, 1 million volt Thunderbolt later, everybody's fine. So, now that I've gone through these 3 possessions, which one, in my opinion, is the best? Well, if we're talking design-wise, Jellyfish, Lusamine, and Belos, Hunter, I guess, were very good. While I definitely get Bill Cipher's possession of Dipper. I mean, yeah, he wants to blend in, so I do get that. Also, Gravity Falls reference, blend in. I shouldn't have pointed out. You guys could understand. You're not stupid. Whatever. This... in terms of how that actually affects the plot, I also give Belos that, because he really does. He definitely affects Hunter the most out of any other protagonist in really any of these. And I'm definitely going to give them that. And while I do like Bill Cipher, Bipper, and Jellyfish Lucamine, Bipper just didn't really feel that impactful and just felt like your average Tuesday adventure. And Jellyfish Lucamine was not really malicious and was just acting like a selfish child the entire time. Something Lily herself even points out.
But you're acting like a baby! A selfish, totally immature child!
And because of that, I have to give the best possession to Bellows for having a cool design, huge impact on one of the characters of the story, straight up having one of the on-screen deaths in a kid show, and having that malicious, delicious intent added to it. While all three of these possessions are good, the Bellows Hunter one is my favorite. And if I had to rank them, I'd go Bellows Hunter, Jellyfish Lucamine, and Bipper. I do like the name Bipper out of all of them. So, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe? It's totally free. I like it. You should like it. We should all be happy. Like my video. Comment down below what your favorite possession was, if you even knew any of these. Or comment down below your favorite Owl House, Gravity Falls, or Pokemon character. Just feed the algorithm so they recommend my videos. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, bye-bye.